Hi, everybody. Queen Crystal King in the building. How's everybody doing tonight? Well, I'm having a very chilled out night, thank goodness. You know, I ate pretty good, I rested pretty good, so I'm ready to get this live going, y'all. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. I know y'all don't want me to sing no more of this song. Well, this particular Dear Crystal, hey Gail, this particular Dear Crystal has to do with a man and a woman who are engaged to be married. And the fiance, the male, he really doesn't have that great a job. Hey, Boss Lady New Jersey, he really doesn't have that great a job, but the female has a very good job. She makes good money. And they've been together for a while. And they decided to get married. But the gentleman, he didn't have anything to put towards the wedding. So she ended up buying everything, even down to the rings, the hall, the food, everything. She bought everything. Even for his groomsmen, she bought everything. So when it came time for his bachelor party, she paid for that as well. So when the wedding day came up, when the wedding day came up, you didn't brag on this at all. Sorry about that, guys. When it came time to get married, when the actual day came, after his bachelor party, everybody knew what they were supposed to do. Well, the family and the friends and everybody showed up. He never showed. He just didn't show up at all. Hey, fresh juice. He just didn't show up at all. No explanation. No, I'm running late. No, I'm on my way. He just didn't show up. And that wedding set her back $30,000. Now, my question is, what would you do if you were left at the altar? What would you do? If you were this female, how would you handle this situation? How would you deal with it? Now, mind you, the backstory on it is they've been living together and pretty much like a couple for a while, but he didn't have anything to contribute to the wedding, and in my opinion, the marriage also. I actually have a little company tonight. I have my 9-year-old granddaughter here, and I just made sure that she was situated before I finished with you guys. I apologize for the interruptions. Boss Lady said I would never deal with his behind ever. I know I wouldn't. And to be perfectly honest, I would want him to give me some of that money back. I would. So the whole day went by. I'd kill him in my Kwani voice. Okay. The whole day went by. Okay, people ate, they did what they did, but she was upset. He just left her standing there. Now it was okay as long as he was, you know, she's giving him stuff and you could drive my car, you can live here. And, you know, if she spent 30 bands on a wedding, then she must be living pretty good. Most people don't make 30,000 in a year. So it seems to me like he had him in a little comfortable spot. But still, what could he possibly say to make this right with you? What could he possibly say to for you to forgive him? This is a really, really odd situation. And there's a twist in it. There's a twist in it. If she's doing everything, what the heck is he doing? Exactly. Exactly. I'd rather be by myself with two goldfish and a dog. I heard that. Minus the dog, we all right. There's a twist to the story. Tell me in the chat, each and every one of you, tell me if you think this is a black couple, a Caucasian couple, or a Caucasian and a black person as a couple. What man would want his woman to pay for everything? Do you think this is a black couple, a Caucasian couple, or a black and a Caucasian couple? And would it make a difference? Okay, Boss Lady said a mixed couple. What do you say, Fresh Pressed Juice? What do you say, Gail? I want to hear what y'all think before I tell you. A Caucasian man and a black woman, and no, it makes no difference. Gotcha, Juice. Gotcha. I'm gonna call you Juice because saying fresh pressed juice. I'm just gonna say Juice. All right. We got a mixed couple, Caucasian man, black woman couple. What do you think, Gail? Did she leave? Okay, I guess everybody's giving their opinion. This couple is a black African American woman and a Caucasian male. And they're in their late 30s. Yeah. She made sure that her dream wedding was exactly the way she wanted it to be. She wanted her ring a certain way. She wanted to get married at a certain place. She wanted to do it all a certain way. He's broke. Thank you. He has a job, but it's not a good job. Hey, Unique, how you doing? Peace and blessings, all. Yes, it's an African American female and a Caucasian male. Hey, Deborah. I just don't. What she said was, no, what I said was, when it comes down to you guys getting married, it's no longer your stuff. It's y'all stuff. If you don't get your paperwork together and get your money tightened up. he said he gets upset when she talks about a prenup, so he doesn't talk about it. And she doesn't talk about it. What in the world could this man have that would make her want to put that type of money out just to be with him? Just to say that's my husband. It seems like she wanted a lot and he couldn't afford her lifestyle. No, he couldn't afford her lifestyle. But although he couldn't afford her lifestyle, I don't blame him. I don't blame it all on him. I don't. Because she knew what he had. She was filling in the gaps. She knew what he had. And whatever their relationship was based on, it wasn't based on what he had. They said they're in love. And guess what? She took him back. She took him back. And what he said is he did not show up because when it came down to saying the actual vows, actually, in front of the preacher, saying the vows, he got scared and he had to go clear his head. So they don't talk about marriage anymore. She still wears her ring and they're still together. Mm-hmm. They're still together. There's nothing he could have said to me that would make it right. The only way I could forgive him is if he died before he got to the if he died before he got to the church, because that's something he couldn't help. Otherwise, there's no excuse. Unique said she's the sugar mama and collecting until he cleans her out. Exactly. Exactly. He got him a nice little cushiony spot. Somebody to give him what he want. He don't got to worry about getting no car. She got the car. She got the job. She got the house. He ain't got to do nothing. So what else does that lead you to believe why she would do something like that? I say sex. Sometimes people believe that if I go ahead and I marry him and he's my husband now, can't nobody take him. You can't take him now because he's my husband. Honey, have you ever heard of the word adultery? Okay? People cheat all the time. And this guy has been known to pull a Houdini from time to time. Yeah, I wasn't saying that it mattered, the ethnicity mattered. I'm just saying that based on the history of African Americans and Caucasians, some of them would never allow someone to play them like that. And she got played. And Boss Lady said he could be living a secret life. True. Me, I would have gotten my insanity plea, or he would have been $30,000 worth of a beatdown. Exactly. Yeah, he would have had to get a knock, knock, knock. Yeah, that would have had to happen. Usually, and this is not something I made up, throughout the histories of relationships with African Americans and white, okay, Juice, African Americans and white, usually you have the black guys running after the Caucasians or the Asian females for trophies. But please don't think in a million years that black women don't do it too. There are some situations that are vice versa. Like you're a white guy and you always wanted a black woman, but this particular type of black woman is the one you like. You just can't get with your white women. Some black women feel like they just can't get with certain black men, so they go to a white man. It happens. We all grown in here, and we ain't talking about nothing that we've never heard before. That's just crazy. Nothing will make me forgive or accept that excuse. Yeah, he got scared, girl. He needed to clear his head. He needed to clear his head. So I guess after that bachelor party that night, he uh he just realized that, oh, I'm getting married tomorrow. I really don't want to do this. You knew that when y'all was talking about it. You knew it when she was making the plans, when she was spending the money. You knew all of that. You knew it when you went to your bachelor party. It wasn't your birthday, it was a bachelor party. And of course, he had a bachelor party from hell. Anything he wanted, that's what he had. She wanted this man so bad, so she was willing to accept him with nothing. Now, my thing is, when you get into a relationship with somebody and what I have to bring to the table and what you have to bring to the table, it may not be much, but at least we're both going in the same direction to rise, to grow together, to make something, to build something for a future. But it just sounded like he got him a nice little cushiony spot and said, this is where I'm going to stay. That's just crazy. Nothing would make me forgive or accept that excuse. Facts, boss lady. Mm-hmm. Yes, Unique. She wasted 30,000 and then took him back. Took him back. Took him back. Yep. So that's why I said that, Gail. I don't have a problem with anybody loving whom they want to love. It's the person's character that's in question here. And to me, both of their characters are in question. Now, if you make enough money to take care of yourself and someone else, you can pay for your own wedding, your own car, your own place. You know, you got a decent job. You're not a bad looking girl. Why would you settle for that? What's going on inside of you that you would settle for something like that? I don't care if he's blue. I don't care if he's brown. I don't care if he's green. His character is not acceptable to me. His behaviors or anything. Insecure. Exactly. Then there would be no dead weight. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Okay. No dead weight. I heard you, girl. Yeah, like this young lady seems like she went to school and went to college and got her a career and got her stuff together. It's really, really sounded like they was gonna do something. She didn't even say where he worked. Guess what? I don't even want to know. My answer to her was no, there's nothing he could say to me. My cousins and my brothers and my uncles and everybody would already be looking for him. I'm sorry. They already be looking for him. And guess who would find him first? My mom. And that would be bad news for him. Bad news. People can get hurt like that. Some people get an idea that because we're together, what's yours is mine and what's mine is mine. And if that's acceptable to you, then cool. Do what you got to do. But I learned, even when I was married, there is a such thing as a we account and a me account. When I learned what a me account was, I was so much better off. Now I'm a good partner and I'm a loyal partner. And I'm down with the struggle if that's what we got to do to make it work. I'm down with that. I don't run from stuff. But if you just being slimy and you just got your hand out all the time, you just gonna wake up with a half a lip. I'm just gonna roll over, take care of you right quick, and you're gonna get up in the morning and you're gonna have a half a lip. Well, I keep a strap at all time, so I will take care of that first. Okay? She embarrassed herself in front of her family like that and wasted 30K and took him back. Is she okay? She ain't okay. She ain't okay. And the bottom line is they didn't want her to marry him because they said that he was not good enough for her. He was not good enough for her. She told them that they didn't understand, that she loved him, that they were going to be fine. And you know how all that goes. You know how all that goes. They just jealous. They just trying to get in between me and my man. Girl, ain't nobody checking for him. Ain't nobody checking for him. I was going to say Burger King, but damn, is it still a Burger King? Do they have Burger Kings anymore? Family knows most of the time. That's true. That's true. That is true. But then you have the flip side of the coin. The flip side of the coin is you could have an African American female who wants to marry a well established white male. And then what's that thought? She just wants him for his money. It's these life lessons that we've been taught throughout the years that make us pause. Why didn't she pause? Why didn't she pause? What type of marriage did her parents have? You on one today. No, she on one every day. She on one every day, and she lying. She on one every day. Absolutely. See, that's one of those situations. Now I'm gonna tell on myself. I'm gonna tell on myself. I've been in some raggedy relationships now. Don't get me wrong. And we on our way in there to get something to eat with our friends. And you slip your man the money to pay for the stuff before we get there, so you ain't gotta hand it to him at the table or take the check and sign it and give it back. So it looks like he spent money on you. And he ain't spent a dime on you. That's your money. I did that. I did that. So I do know what it's like to be with a bum. I do. Seems like she wanted marriage and not him. Exactly. He liked it just the way it is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Peace, Crystal King, and everyone. Hi, Regina. Yes, I did do it. Yes, I did. So I didn't want my man to feel bad because that was my man and we was in love and one day we was going to get married and right now he just going through something. So I'm going to do what I got to do as a supportive girlfriend and I'm going to make him look good so he could poke his chest out at the table pulling out the money that I handed him that I worked for so he wouldn't look like a bum. I wonder if that's what she was doing. My husband tell people we like Ike and Tina. I'm Ike. I'm Ike Boo. His accounts is our accounts. But my accounts, he has no access to. 100. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yep. You ever see them couples around the first of the month when they be shopping and they in the grocery store, the whole family together, or like a Father's Day or a Mother's Day, where you see them all together and they in the store shopping all lovey dovey, and he over there picking out the good cuts of meat and the expensive stuff that he couldn't get about 3 days ago. Then when the food stamps is gone and the holiday is over, you don't see him no more. You know that's all facts, my sis. Word is bond. Facts. Those are all facts. And it's ridiculous. You over there getting lobster and steak and crab legs and mussels and clams, and kids getting all the boxes of cereal that they want. And the mom, she just pushing the cart. She just feels so special. Her whole family is together. At least one of her baby daddies is by her side. He the one that wants something from you, honey. And when your stuff is gone, so will he. He will be gone as well. Good to see you all too. Glad I caught alive. I missed you, Regina. The question is, what would you do if you were jilted at the altar, if you were left at the altar? It's a couple where the girl has a really decent job, nice career, car, place, she's very well established. And the guy that she's with, his job is not that great, but he doesn't have anything to bring to the table. So she paid for the whole wedding. She paid for everything he needed for his groomsmen, the bachelor party, her dress, the rings, the hall, the food, everything. And after his bachelor party, when it was time to go to the wedding the next day, he never showed up. So she was embarrassed in front of her family and friends, who basically told her that he wasn't good enough for her anyway. And she ended up taking him back because his explanation was, when it came down to the actual vows, to going up there and say it in front of the preacher and stuff, he got scared. So he needed to go somewhere and clear his head. So they're still together. They're still in love. But she's not talking about marriage no more. I guess she don't want to lose him. Ain't that something? Boss Lady, New Jersey. I'm the real female Ike and the real Medea. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Boss Lady said, as a woman, you have to recognize the signs when it comes to certain men. Right? Facts, Queen. That's right. That is right. She said she believed you, Unique. Oh no, that was a red flag. I have to pay for everything. She paid for everything. Now some people don't make 30,000 in a year, and she spent 30,000 on everything, and he didn't have anything to contribute. Ain't that much sex in the world? I would have paid him back in the worst way. Mm-mm-mm. I'm sorry. He just would have got to pull up. That's all I'm gonna say. He would have got to pull up, and I ain't talking about no huggies. He would have got to pull up. But like I said, we pissed off at what he did. She didn't see, as Regina said, the red flag, that she was doing everything. You're marrying a man who can do nothing for you but go to bed with you. Hey, baby sister. Y'all say hi to my baby sister Michael. You trying to marry a man who can't do nothing for you. He can't do nothing for you but have sex. You find him. You find yourself running behind somebody who needs you more than you need them. Nah, 30,000, that's a lot of money. And then I asked, what what did they think the couple was? Did they think the couple was African American and African American, or a white female and a black man, or a white man and a black female? No, it really doesn't make a difference. But through the years, you usually do have some black men that are running behind white women or Asian women as a trophy. And then you do have some black women who run behind white men because they don't feel that the black man has enough to secure them in life. So the couple is a black African American female and a Caucasian male. For real, Unique. Her mind is cloudy. Yeah, something ain't right. She's not a bad looking girl. Not a bad looking girl. Not at all. You know. And he's not a bad looking guy. It's just when you tell a man, when you give a man that green light that it's okay to be a bum, and then one day you wake up and say, I don't want to bum no more. What do you expect him to do? Agree with you? I've been a bum all these years. I've been kicking you in your behind all these years. Now you asking me, why am I kicking you? I've been kicking you. I've been taking from you. I've been eating off of you. I've been doing this. You keep letting me do it. Now all of a sudden you want me to stop? How am I just supposed to stop? That's just really, really sad. I feel sorry for people that don't know their own worth. It's just sad to me and so disrespectful to their own life. It is. Sounds like a user. He was. And she was using him too. Come on now, she gotta take some responsibility for this too. She gotta take some responsibility for this too. I agree, Regina. He's an opportunist. Yes, he's an opportunist, but guess what? She was an equal opportunist employer. She made him real comfortable with what he was doing. That's what she did. And I bet you it was probably a nice crib, nice car, everything. She had some money. I mean, well, she got some money, but she gonna have to take responsibility for that too. Seems like she made him accustomed to a certain lifestyle, spoiling the man. Like, yes, yes, and knowing that, like my mom said one time about my boyfriend, he ain't got enough money to make a down payment on a hot dog. And knowing he don't have enough money to make a down payment on a hot dog, you're giving him all these luxurious things. And then one day you just decide that you want him to come out of a bag and start providing for you for the lifestyle to which you have become accustomed. And he can't do it because he wants you to do that. Hey, music lover Jay. Hey, Chrystal, how you been doing? I've been doing all right, baby. I've been doing all right. Thank you so much for asking. And like I said, if you don't get your money straight, if you don't get your paperwork and stuff together, yes, this is a mixed race couple. Um, it's a black female and a Caucasian male. I told her, if you don't get your money straight, at least a prenup or something, everything you got will be his. All he got to do is say, she been taking care of me for years. And then when we got married, I still didn't have a good job. And she's still taking care of me. What am I supposed to do? She'll end up paying him alimony. What was his mental status? You oh, what was his mental status? You that can play a lot into as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just remember the name, Maurice. You need. Oh my God. Oh, I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. But yes, I do remember that name. But and it's like you never know. He might have been a really he might have been a real kind-hearted guy. He might have been. He might have helped her keep the house clean. He might have. You don't know. Maybe it was something that was lacking in her. He filled. I don't know. But like I said, you can't put it all on him because he didn't rob her. He didn't go in her pocketbook and take her money. And he has done a Houdini act on her before, where I'm waiting for you to come home and you don't come home. Then when you finally come home, you got some crazy excuse, and then I'm supposed to accept it because I love you. No, she's got to take responsibility for that too. And she's listening. She's listening. Sounds like he's running game. And sometimes you have people who, if they have the upper hand financially, they feel like they're the boss. They feel like they're the boss. It's my way or the highway. I can be with you when I want to be with you. Boss lady said, I agree with Regina. The lady should know her worth, and she doesn't. Exactly. Something is lacking, Charles. Lacking in that Charles. That is crazy. No, but he would have to, we would go to court and he would have to help me pay some of that back. Not help me pay some back. Him help pay her back some of that money. I can't just let that lay like that. And then you gonna come right back and your key still work? Your key would not fit in my lock. You kidding me? He could have been running game, but he could have been a smooth talker. And he may just have some mental issues on both sides. Right, right. And that's another way to look at it. Exactly. Mm-mm. She's not gonna skate on this one. She's not gonna skate on this one. And he knows what he was after. He knows what he was after when he was with her. He may have really loved her. He may really have. But something in you as a man would tell you that it's time for you to get up off your behind because you're about ready to get married. You're about to take on a wife. And you need to bring more to the table than what you got. And to plan a wedding, picking out stuff and doing all that, and you weren't prepared for any financial responsibility is just ridiculous. Now that is a user. How long they been together? Sorry, I came in late and don't want to disrupt the comment. Are you good, Gina? They've been together for a few years, living together because she said he could come and live with her. And like I said, she she has a certain lifestyle that she lives because of the money that she makes. And how they met and how they fell in love, I don't know. But they met and fell in love. And they decided that they want to get married. And for some odd reason, some women or men think that because I've married you, nobody can get you now because you're my wife or you're my husband, which is not true at all. It's called adultery. I don't think he loved her. He had plenty of time to get his thoughts together before the day of the wedding. There you go. That's another way of looking at it. I think he loved what she could do for him. And if you get somebody who barely has to try and he gets the finest things in life, why should he try? What's his motivation? You already giving him everything he wants. Traveling, doing this, doing that. You just sitting back and just enjoying the ride. How long you think that's gonna last? And then you got some brothers out here, that's their goal, to find somebody who's financially secure so they could keep coming in there with breadcrumbs, expecting a whole loaf of bread for dinner. You brought breadcrumbs and you want a whole loaf. Now, why would you feel that way? Because I made you feel that way. Because you didn't do anything in here at all. And I'm scraping and pulling my hours and stuff and working overtime and doing everything I need to do. And all you got to do is show up because I made you comfortable that way. He may be holding a secret because she is well established. I wonder why he didn't just marry her. He may have another broad on the other side of town that he working too. Who knows? Whew. And he stood her up at the altar and she took him back. How old is this loving new age couple? They're in their late 30s. Yeah, they're in their late 30s. She's been established for quite some time now. But you know what? I didn't have time. He's filling he's filling that missing void. She's okay with it. She's okay with it. That's why she took him back. Because although he did what he did, she still couldn't see herself being without him. If that ain't codependent, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. She's lacking something. I didn't have a chance to, like, how was your mom and dad's marriage? How did this and how did that? Because I get my questions and I talk to people from different parts of YouTube. And I also get emails and I also have people talk to me and or I'll be in the grocery store, you'll strike up a conversation just to do so. And I get my questions many ways. This particular question I got when I was in the bushes in the chat and I was able to come in and say different things and ask different things. So I decided to bring it to you guys to see what y'all thought. I love the way, Regina, I love the way you put your words in perspective. Yes, she is for sure lacking something. Yeah, she lacking something. Somebody hurt her feelings, somebody ditched her, something. Anytime you have to look outside yourself and you can't accept yourself for yourself, then that means you're dependent on someone outside of you to tell you how you feel, to basically control your emotions. So I'm not going to be happy if he doesn't this. If he does do this, I'm going to be sad or such and such. Or I'll wait until he says something. Or I'll ask him first. Look, let me tell you something. Some people can have all the money in the world and be just as empty inside. Honey, I would love to hear her reason why. She said because he got scared. and he didn't want to do the marriage. Do when it came time to talk to the preacher and do the marriage thing, he couldn't do it because he got scared, so he had to go clear his head. I'm quite sure he probably shedded some tears and laid it on nice and thick. And she just told him that's okay. Just come on. It's all right. We still together. She sound like a bobblehead to me. Some women are weak and feel like they just have to have a man no matter what. True. Honey, I would love to hear her reason why. It's so true. You're right, Unique. Yeah. And some would rather have a piece of man than no man at all. You got some that would want to share a man. But there's nothing that he could say besides, I got killed on my way to the wedding, that would excuse what happened. Because he was alive and well and kicking. I'm sorry. You ain't have no phone? You know that's a lie. You know he probably got the latest phone. He probably don't even look like a bum because she keep him dressed so nice. He may have game on the other side of town. Everything starts with you. Happiness, peace, love, contentment, etc. Exactly, Regina. She making up excuses for him. That and ass whooping for him. Yeah, whoop that arse. Yeah, he'd have to get him a phone call, knock at the door. He'd have to truly be touched by an angel for me not to get him. We would be right up there in somebody's courtroom. But the crazy part about it is sometimes people cut off their own nose to spite their face. It's like, I know he really didn't have, a lot, so I told him I would take care of it. That one line right there just cost you your whole case because you just said you'd take care of it. He let you take care of it. He changed his mind. He didn't want to marry you. Now you want him to pay the money back. Why? You told him you'd take care of it. Exactly, Regina. When that lady finds all that, then only then will she be happy. That's true. That's true. That's true. Because see, some people get up in court and they get to talking too much. And even the judge be trying to get them to shut up. They say something like, it ain't about the money. It ain't about the money. Money and the money really don't mean nothing. Then what you in court for? Case dismissed. You need to shut up and try to get some of your money back. Well, I'm sorry. When I started writing checks and doing my credit cards and paying cash and that number started going up and up and up and up, could have went to the justice of the peace for all that. That's a hurt piece. But I'm sorry. I feel like she did it to herself. I don't think he made her do it. I don't. Now she has a boyfriend that's using her. I can't. Just he didn't make her do it. There's no way I'm gonna spend $30,000 on a wedding, and my man can't put nothing to the wedding. Nothing. And then you got the nerve not to even show up. All you had to do was show up, even if you was hung over. All you had to do was show up. Child, back in the day, I done cleaned an entire apartment out. Look, don't play with me. Don't play with me. When I had my little domestic spat for the I don't know how many of time, and you got to get out. I certainly will. Give me my child and give me my coat. That's all I want. You can have everything in there, just raggedy shit. You can have it. I just want to get away from you. And I let that whole house stay just where it was. I ain't taking nothing. Unfortunately, she's being used and milked until he has all he needs, and he will be making his exit. Okay, he will. Okay, now I'm curious about the female sugar mama. Is she considered unattractive? She, she's not a bad looking girl. She's not a bad look. She's about average. She's about average, but she wouldn't be the first. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but she wouldn't be the first one that you would be checking for. She's kind of ordinary, you know what I mean? But she has like nice stuff, nice things, and you know, money, and she's smart, you know, and things like that. But sometimes you do have people that will reach that part in you that you feel like nobody has ever reached, and say that one thing to you that you've always wanted to hear all your life. Sometimes that happens. Oh no, it takes everything. That takes everything. No, no, no. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to give you no reason to come and say nothing to me or my kid. No, no. If you think that because you said that you're not going to give up no beds, no furniture, no pots, no pans, no food, no nothing, that I'm going to stay, no. Because where I'm going got food and a bed and pots and pans. No, keep it. Rat bastard. Keep it all. And now look at you, just sitting there with a house full of furniture and don't nobody want nothing to do with you. Exactly. That's why everything must go. Leave nothing. I could have fought for it. Wasn't that important to me. When I saw myself, when I saw myself picking up a knife, getting ready to shove that bad boy in somebody's chest, it's time to go. Ain't nothing in that house worth me going to prison for the rest of my life. Y'all would have never met me. You would have never met me because I was going to do them. I really was. I was going to do them. Just a moment of sanity. That's all. Things like that happen. All I had to do was leave. Shoot. Child, when you buying 800 and up, count sheets and blankets, good pots, etc., everything must go. I respect you for the way you would handle your situation. I do. I respect that. I do. But for me, the situation had been going on too long. I gave too much. You gave too little. And I'm over you. I'm over you and all this stuff in here. I'm just over you. I have to be. Exactly. I'm with you on that. Everything must go. We know, girl. We know. We know. Yeah, child. I've been told to take the curtains also. Child. Mm-mm. All that stuff I can get again. I can get all that stuff again. It ain't worth my sanity. Then come to find out that he had went to prison for murder, and I ain't even know. And I found that out after I wasn't with him no more. So I was with a murderer? Girl, I'm glad I did just go ahead and just leave. I'm glad I did. Because you act like you wanted to kill me, so I believe you a murderer. Whatever I came with, I'm leaving with. Just my baby. We did a lot of stuff together. We accumulated some things together. I'm telling you, it just was too toxic. It wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth it. So, what did y'all think of the question tonight? Let me see who's in the building. Boss Lady, Unique, Regina. Honey, I traveled from. You gonna make me hurt myself. I traveled from Virginia to Texas to take his breath, and where he at? Oh my goodness, I believe it. You know I believe it. You know I believe it. So, what do y'all think about the question tonight? I enjoyed this conversation. Cool, boss lady. Cool. Yes, y'all do. I told you that a long time ago, didn't I, boss lady? That y'all think alike. I told you. And I'll be sitting back like, nah, no. They'll just wake up with half a lip. Nah, no. Unique talking about, let's ride. Let's ride. Oh my gosh. This was pretty good. This was pretty good. I'm glad it went this way. But if she don't get some help, this guy right here, even if he leaves the picture, she's going to be drawn to somebody else. Sometimes people are addicted to needy people. Honestly, the lady needs to know her worth. True. Sometimes people are addicted to needy people. If you ever notice how sometimes they'll say, she a strong black woman. She got her own car. She got her own place. She got this. She got that. She don't need no man. Well, sometimes people like it when you don't have your own car, you don't have your own place, you barely have a job. Some people like that, and they like to be rescuers. They like to go and rescue people, be somebody's savior. They're indebted to you, they owe you. And I did encounter someone who was addicted to needy people. And it's like, you could be with anybody that you want to be with. And if you, and to be honest with myself, I looked at the track record from him, and it just seemed like all the girls that he was with him downstairs. I ain't gonna milk that cookies. It seemed like he was addicted to needy people, like somebody who was interested in him and had themselves pretty well established, could handle their own. He didn't want no bother with them. But somebody who's struggling, looking for a place and trying to this and trying to that, and all of a sudden, here you are. Dang, you got the solution. You got the money. You know somebody. You this, you that. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, I don't know what I would have did without you. I appreciate you so much. Man, get out of here. You ain't flexing for real. I agree. He's a slick slime ball. Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think this conversation is necessary because another reason why I brought it up, it takes two. It didn't say that he knocked on her door night after night and she never let him in. She let him in. Whatever he said and whatever he was doing was acceptable to her. So he hit her with the coup de grace. But I bet you some of his boys was like, you should have went on and married her. And then if you if y'all didn't make it and she had already been doing stuff for you, you could get her to give you alimony. You got a group of people who are just sitting around trying to figure out how they can goop somebody and not have to work. And it's a shame. And a lot of times they want to say it's the woman that does that. She's a gold digger. She got two different dads. They got two different daddies. You know, look, you ain't busting it like that. You're really not. Okay, you're really not. That's true, Crystal. There are some people that want someone to need them. Yes, a lot of men have this complex towards their partners. In this case, it's a woman. Women tend to be emotional survivors. You're absolutely right, Regina. And that is what I was getting at. That's what I was getting at. And you have some people who would say, I would rather just not do it at all. I'm okay. I'm paying my bills. I'm doing all right. If I want to hang out or if I want to be with somebody tonight or tomorrow night and I choose to walk away, it'll be at my convenience. I'm doing it because I want to, not because I'm obligated to, or I'm not going to have my kids school clothes if I don't do this. And no, no, no. But there are some women who like to be needed too. They like men to need them. So yeah, some people have to have someone need them. They have to. See, with me, I might flip on his arse. I hear you. I hear you. And you know me, I'm the negotiator. I want to try to work it out. Let's see what we can do. Okay, what was the part that upset you so much? Okay, and then I'll tell you the part that upset me so much. And what can we do to compromise it? That's my first instinct to try to work it out. But when I snap into that bag and I turn into that other chick, you better leave. You better leave. You really should leave. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Times have changed. There are more men looking to be taken care of financially. That is true. And what's the first thing they say? I've been in jail, so I got a record and I can't get a good job. And all these women out here, all they want is bling. All they want you to do is ice their wrists and buy them this and buy them that. And I can't afford to do all that. But I'm a good man. And if somebody, would give me a chance, I would show them. Then you get that chance and then you get comfortable and then you feel like you ain't got to do nothing now because you in. You in already. You locked and loaded. But little do you know she's locked and loaded too. Ain't that right, Unique? This was a very interesting conversation. Very interesting. But yes, give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. If you want to help somebody, help them. Don't go into a relationship thinking this is the best I can do. Don't go into a relationship needy. Have your own. I love a man who knows how to treat a woman and not one I have to groom. True, but you heard it throughout the years. Again, life lessons that we've heard through our lifetimes. Men saying that, as soon as I get on my feet, as soon as I get me a good job, as soon as I this, and as soon as I that, I'll be able to do this and I'll be able to do that. But I need somebody to help me now. Now I need somebody. Well, the girl done already split her food stamps between you, her, and her kids. And, you're saying in the house they know doggone well your name ain't on the lease, but she's still trying to give you a chance. And then when you finally do get yourself together and get on your feet and you're doing pretty good, what's the first thing you do? Walk away from her because she ain't good enough now. Now you're in a position where you could reach for a higher caliber of woman. Now, those situations happen as well. I do not like the toilet up at all. Yep. Just like they used to say with the NBA players, basketball players, football players, and stuff like that. Soon as they get established or they start hitting the millions, they start dating or making babies or marrying outside their race. But before they had that money, they wanted a strong black woman by their side. There's just so many scenarios to it. And a lot of black men would feel like having a Caucasian woman on their arm is a trophy. And black men and white let me see. Black women is what I'm trying to say. Marrying a white man, that gives her worth. I'm good enough to be with him. He sees in me what black men don't see in me. I'm a strong black woman and I needed a white man to bring it out. I'm just telling you like a TI is. That's all. I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I ain't trying to be no bigot. I ain't trying to step on nobody's toes. I'm just telling you the life lessons that I've learned. We know you stay ready, girl. We know. We know. Yes, God, we know. So, guys, I've hit my hour. Hopefully, you were entertained for this hour. I enjoyed myself. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed yourself. And until the day after Sunday, I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you so much for listening. Love, peace, and chicken grease. A strong black woman knows. Yes, she does.